Welcome back to the apocalypse. So, yesterday I followed the road out to see if it was possible to drive, and it is. So, I'm going to test it out because here in the next couple of days we're planning on making the trip out to Shanghai to get my son's passport and see if we can get on a flight somewhere. I mean, if we can go on vacation for a little bit instead of hanging out here while all this is going on, maybe that'll be better. I don't know. We'll see. But let's go find out what happens on this road. So far, so good. Of course, this is the concrete portion, but well, we'll see. We'll see if we can get into town and what's waiting in town. I keep hearing the people going back and forth with the sirens going off, so I don't know. Grandma and Grandpa went into town again today for treatment, so I know they could at least get to the doctor's office. This is one of my son's little friends that he's made out here. Uh-oh, I'm on the wrong road. Oh, back up, back up. All right. So here we go on this little tiny dirt road. I know at least once I get to the end of this thing, it'll be a concrete road again, so we'll see how this goes. Yeah, it's working out so far. Just a little bit bumpy, but the embankment hasn't collapsed and I haven't fallen into this little pond yet, so yeah, so far so good. And I know other people have taken it, so I guess it's probably going to work out. These little villagers that live up on this end probably completely not used to getting anybody driving out here, really, besides tractors. I think somebody out here might own a car, but then again, I haven't really seen any cars parked out here. Really wish, it makes me wish that I had my Jeep still. Back in America, I had a Jeep for a good little while. Then this would be fun instead of just seeing if I could make it. That one I could probably have just taken across the fields if I had to. Put up their barriers and just laugh and just drive around in the fields. They probably would have gotten mad that I'd wrecked their fields, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. Now again, as I mentioned, they were ordered by the central government to take down the barriers, but I see it's still up today. I guess it tells you the way that society is working out here. I don't know how anybody's going to get back to work, but here we are on the concrete path. So I guess I've made it past the first barrier. Well, after I get to the end of this, I've made it past the first barrier. Some of you have probably noticed that I shaved. I managed to nick myself doing it because the only razor I have out here is some old razor. And yeah, cold water. Not a very fun shaving experience. But at least I got it done. I was looking pretty bad there. Not that it really matters out here, but I guess, you know, at least I won't look awful in front of the neighbors and be like, man, these foreigners, they're a dirty lot. Never shave. Yep, here we go. Right on the other side of the barrier. Let's have a look here. If you can see what I'm seeing. Free and clear. Now to drive up to the town and see what I can see. Oh, you know, while I'm thinking about it, I wanted to show you guys some pictures that have been going around China of some of the extreme measures that people are taking to avoid getting, I guess, having people cough on them. Take a look at this one. Water bucket poncho combination. I guess in desperate situations you've got to be creative, right? I never would have thought of cutting a hole in a water bucket, but well, I guess you got to do what you've got to do. You don't want anybody coughing on you. I hope they're able to breathe in that thing. I'd be afraid of suffocating. I guess with the hole in the bottom, it's probably not a big deal, but yeah, those are people waiting at airports and things, trying to get out. And well, there's others too. Check this out. They've got people wearing like alien costumes, space suits. Yeah, just look at this thing. This ship apparently goes to the moon. Just all kinds of stuff. And here's another one. Look at this. You know, people are even concerned about their pets. Here's a lady, look what she's done for her cat. Pets do matter, I have to say. Now that's got to be the best behaved cat ever, because if it was, you know, any cats that I've known, if you put anything on them, they'd just tear it off immediately. They certainly wouldn't be fine to just sit there with the mask on, but hey, you know, maybe the cat picked up on something, like everybody's worried about something. Cats usually don't care, and I'm pretty sure that cats don't catch the novel coronavirus, or the, as they're calling it here, the new corona pneumonia. I don't know why, that just doesn't roll off the tongue very well, but I give it a try. I've got a couple of guys out here trying to see what's going on. Let's have a look here. Yeah, there they go. They were coming out to see, I guess, where I'm driving to. But I'm just driving to see what I can see. Alright, we're making the bend here into town. And sure enough, I'm to town. So now it'll just be a question of whether I'm really allowed to be driving around in here or not. Or if they're going to stop me with their little carts and get mad that I'm driving around. But I'll take a look and see if I can see the market open. That'll be interesting. No, probably not. They've got traffic cones blocking the road. Well, at least I know I can get out here. But that's ridiculous. So even inside the town, they've got to go and block it off. These guys are unreal. Somebody, I'm surprised nobody's reported them. Maybe they're all afraid to do so because they're afraid of retaliation or something. But yeah, they've got it all blocked off. And here comes somebody now. I better go back up the road so they don't bother me. Yeah, these guys. At least I know I can get out if I have to. I still can't believe that. So they're going to block off the middle of town. I don't know what they think they're preventing by doing that. But, yeah, like I said, the central government said to take down the barriers, and people are supposed to be able to move freely now. But, of course, the barriers are still there. And by the way, news as far as small businesses, I'm already hearing about some of the small businesses that I know closing permanently. They're already not surviving the corona outbreak, so that's kind of sad. Some of the there's a noodle shop that I used to go to all the time. I guess it's just really bad timing. It's not going to be opening back up, so no more delicious noodles. It's a real shame, because the other places, they're just not as good. That's really disappointing. If after this whole thing you do manage to come to China, one thing I recommend trying, it's called Lanzhou La Mian. It's a type of hand-pulled noodles. They're so good. Oh my goodness. I wish I could have some right now. Of course, you have to go to a restaurant where somebody knows how to make it, and there is none of that around here. Another nice thing about it, it's authentic food, of course, but it's so inexpensive. I think usually you can get a bowl of it for anywhere from 10 to 12 RMB, which is less than $2 actually. So I'd call that a pretty good deal. Have somebody make some handmade noodles right there in front of you, some good soup. Well, I like it anyway. Other people might think, well, it's not that great, but I think it's quite delicious. Yeah, again, if you ever get it out here, then I recommend giving it a try. And here we are at the town's barrier, going back to the house. I wonder if those town cops came and harassed my grandma and grandpa when they tried to go to the doctor's office. I really can't believe they're doing that. What do they think they're accomplishing? It might even just be like an excuse for them to exercise their little bit of power that they've got. You know, ride up and down the streets harassing everybody that comes out. Oh well, at least I know I can get out. If they saw a foreigner driving, well, they know me here. But I think they would probably at least let me out of town. So when we are ready to go, we'll just, I guess, drive out. And that'll be that. I don't think they'll be letting us back in when it's all said and done, but that's okay. Eventually things will clear up and we'll be able to come back and visit. But the goal is just to get my son's passport so we can go elsewhere for a little while. I understand that Thailand is still not restricting people from coming from China, so that may be an option to go on a little vacation to Thailand, at least as one leg in the trip. I understand they're getting some cases out there, so it might not be the best place to stay, but at least it'd be a start. Wow, the road's pretty bumpy here, as you can see. If I didn't have this little SUV, I'd be a little concerned driving along here. But I've got enough clearance that it's really not going to be an issue. You see the neighbors out talking amongst themselves in this little village. They're like, oh, there goes that foreigner again. Yeah. But I think this will work. And again, I'm not trying to make light of the situation with these pictures that I showed you guys, but you know, it's good to have a laugh when you're going through something like this. I posted on Twitter the other day, actually just last night, one of those pictures, and somebody sent me this big thing trying to lecture me about, you know, the coronavirus and how serious it is. It's like, you're not even in China. I'm stuck here and I'm dealing with it. Believe me, I'm well aware how serious the situation is. I'm just trying to have at least a little bit of fun with what I can. So, you know, and again, you know, don't be afraid of Chinese people. It's not like this is a China virus or a Chinese virus. It's unfortunate that this has happened. I just hope things can go at least back to where I can drive around freely and get out of these little places, but what can you do? And I'm coming off the little dirt road now on the road that goes back to the house, so I guess that works. I can get out, although it draws attention from the town people when I do. I don't know what they think. They're probably going to come harass me and just tell me to go back home. What are you doing coming out here? In Chinese, of course, not in English, but you're putting everybody at risk, even though I don't have the disease, so I guess, I don't know. Either way, we're getting out of here either tomorrow or maybe the next day. We're hoping that the roads open up a little bit more before we go. That way it'll hopefully make it a bit easier. Of course, who knows, it could go the other direction and things could get worse, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Well, that was a fun little drive. Obviously now I'm not driving, I'm walking around, but I did want to add some other little updates, some wonderful little bits from the government. It was just announced that there are some new laws, I guess, relating to infectious disease, that if you do not cooperate with the government and what it says, then you can be imprisoned for up to 15 years. Which is incredible. I mean, I can't imagine this happening in the United States. I don't know about where everybody's from, what the government would do, but I can't imagine the American government passing a law that says if you don't cooperate with them regarding infectious disease, that they're going to put you in prison for 15 years. It just really shows the way it's so different here, how they govern people. In a lot of ways, it's through fear. You better do what we say or else. And I don't know. I don't like it myself. I really don't. In my case, obviously, I'm a guest here, so I can't really criticize this situation because, well, it's not my country, but I don't know. Things are sure different here. That's all I can say. You'll be punished with up to 15 years. That's just incredible to me. I don't think it would happen in America. I could be wrong. I don't know. If you think I'm wrong, you can let me know, but to me, that just seems like an overstep. As I stand here saying it with my communist Red Star hat here. But as I discussed in the other videos, I'm not a communist. I'm I'm not here because I'm a communist. I'm here because I do business here. I'm here to make money, which is becoming very hard to do right now. And, well, as I mentioned before, there are already small businesses that aren't going to be opening back up. I'll have to talk to some of my friends in the expat community and see if they're going to be opening up their shops or if some of their shops are going to be gone. I imagine it's going to be tough. Those places rely on foreigners that are here, working or whatever. And, well, I don't imagine there's going to be a lot of people from other countries coming in for a while. So, yeah, it's going to be rough. I'm lucky in that way because, well, for me, I'm not bound to the place. So my family and I could go and start working somewhere else and it wouldn't really make that much of a difference. I'd prefer for things to go back to normal here so that we can continue as we have, but, well, I guess I'm just lucky that I'm not bound to this place. My business isn't, I can pick up and start doing business somewhere else if I have to. But that's difficult in other ways because, well, this has been my home for a long time now, so that'll be something to consider. I'm hoping that we can just go on a little vacation for a little while, and when we come back, everything will be at least not like this, not locked down, where you can't go anywhere. And I've heard, the Chinese government talking about how the Americans and different people, by saying, don't travel here, they're causing a panic to me. Why would you travel here right now? I mean, if you came here, obviously, you see how much fun I'm having. You can't go anywhere. You can't even go to the tourist spots. I mean, everything is closed. The roads are all blocked off. Why on earth would you travel to China now? Of course, when this is all over, I highly recommend coming to China because there are some incredible places here that you'll definitely want to visit. I mean, obviously, they have the Great Wall that everybody knows. There's the Yellow Mountain. There's a number of places you can go see. Just incredible places. So I'm hoping this clears up sooner rather than later. And then maybe when it does, I can make some videos to show off some of these places so you know where to go, what to expect. I'm not really a travel video kind of guy, but, well, maybe I can show it off just because this is where I've lived for so long. But if anybody's interested in it, then you can let me know. Maybe somebody will be interested in seeing what there is here in China. Obviously, I can't show you now because, well, I'm stuck in this wonderful place. And this place isn't that bad. It's just, there's nothing to do except walk around in these fields. And with that, I think I've pretty much run out of things to talk about. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it here, and I'll put it together, and I guess we'll see you guys in the next one.